Now, President-elect William Ruto has come out swinging in the battle for control of Parliament, telling his MPs to be wary of, quote, disruptive and dirty tricks that Azimio could employ as the 13th Parliament sets out to elect the respective House speakers. Ruto implored Kenya Kwanza Mps to be extra vigilant and turn down any incentives, including money, as the race for Speaker comes down to a high-stakes game of numbers. And as NTV's senior political affairs reporter Kennedy Mureithi now tells us, it is a must-win battle for the president-elect, who faces a tough task pushing his legislative agenda.
The Kenya Kwanza Brigade is taking the fight for control of both houses of parliament as a do-or-die affair, as the president-elect implores on the coalition's membership to be extra vigilant as they prepare to march into the August House and swear in as members. At a day-long meeting at the Deputy President's residence in Karen, a meeting bringing together all elected members of the Kenya Kwanza team, including governors, President-elect William Ruto took time to speak to the newly elected MPs on why the election of their speakers was important, expecting loyalty and fidelity to the coalition and their cause to take center stage. The president-elect cautioning the members against any advances from their competitors in Azimio 1 Kenya, noting they had intel that there would be advances to destabilize their numbers in the hope of elbowing out their preferred candidates.
We are competing with a very desperate team. I just want to let you know, as members of parliament here, we have a good margin of about 11 members in the National Assembly. We have other members who are not sitting here, but they will vote for us. Maybe possibly another 15 or so, but maybe towards 20. So we will have a bigger margin in parliament, but let us not take anything for granted.
In the National Assembly, the coalition has agreed former Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula will carry the coalition's aspirations in the Speaker's race, while Uasin Gishu Women Representative Gladys Bos-Sholei, who has been instrumental in legal matters, will deputize Wetangula. In the Senate, the coalition has agreed on former Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi as part of a pre-election deal to fly the coalition's flag for the position of Speaker. At the same time, Meru Senator Kadhuri Muronge, a two-time MP for Southie Menti, will fill in the position of Deputy Speaker.
People who can use the National Security Advisory Committee to try and overturn the will of the people, they can do worse. They are very desperate to have the Speaker of either house. So I want to ask you for this, for today and tomorrow, please be careful. They could even possibly arrest some of you people just to reduce our numbers.
One of the sweeteners for the MPs from the William Ruto government is the safeguarding of the National Government Constituency Development Fund, considering there have been fears of its scrapping after a Supreme Court ruling that threw the fund out. At the meeting, Ruto also outlined his agenda for Parliament, noting there were plans to reintroduce question time in an effort to engage the people's representatives and bring his government closer to Mwananchi's needs.
To improve oversight over our government and to give greater opportunity for legislators like yourself to interrogate what we are doing as government, our CSS, we are going to change the standing orders, hopefully, so that our CSS can come to the floor of the House and answer to your questions.
The incoming head of state has also promised the MPs regular engagements, a departure from the Jubilee administration that he says he had lost touch with what the ordinary Kenyan wants.
We come from a background where we hardly had any consultation. It was always a lecture, and we have to change that. I want to commit in this very first meeting that this consultation will be the modus operandi.
President-elect William Ruto has called his troops to work with him for the 5 years that he will be president, insisting that they must own the process, and even as they go into parliament, they must make sure that everybody who's given a position must be from their coalition of Kenya Kwanza. Kennedy Mureithi, NTV in Karen, Nairobi County.